Hello, William from RoofTop Williams. This is Joel from JND SEO. We spoke briefly earlier today on the phone, so I'm sending this video over to show you 3 ways that you can beat your competition online. And I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste mine, so I'm going to make this as quick as possible. If at the end of the video you'd like to hear more information, let's set up a 10-minute phone call. If not, I'm going to give you some free tips in the video that you could go ahead and apply directly to your site. All right, so the first thing I'd like to talk about is content. So I'm on your home page, and I just want to see about how many words of content. You have a lot of pictures here, which is good. People like to see, of course. And I'm going to say based on the words, you probably have about 200 to 300 words of content. Google really recommends having about 1,500. The reason why is that the more words you have, honestly, you can never have too many, but the more you have, the higher they're going to rank you in searches that people are looking for your services. And the second reason is that the more content you have, let's say, the more keywords or keyword phrases you can put into that content. As just an example, I've put in roofing, Fayetteville, North Carolina. It's the area that you guys are based out of, as well as the service you offer. It's also what new customers would search if they're looking in your area for you guys, really, or a roofing contractor. First thing they would find would be these ads at the top of the page. These companies will be seen first because they're paying for ads. And it does help them bring in some new customers. That's why people pay for those essentially. After that, we're going to find the map section. Top 3 companies will show up there based on citations. And that's just when you get your business name, address, and phone number all listed together into a directory site, such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, or Home Advisor. After that, I'm going to go ahead and jump into our organic section. This is where we start to see the results show up, as well as the companies with their websites. And, there's 10 results that show up per page here. And these all show up based on Google's algorithm and formula. And we know 2 parts of that are content and keywords now. So we can rank this keyword accordingly. So number 1 goes to Baker Roofing, right? Number 2 goes to Better Business Bureau. Number 3 goes to Home Advisor. Both Better Business Bureau and Home Advisor are directories, and 4 would go to Blue Ribbon. So what I'm going to do next is I took your website, rooftopwilliams.com, and I plugged it into a program called Ahrefs, which helps me to kind of analyze your site and see how it's doing. I do see that you guys do have your header up there, which is really good. That allows Google to actually find you a little bit easier. So you have your RoofTop Williams, as well as roofing contractor, which is essentially a keyword in what you guys kind of do. However, we're not finding any actual data here to really show that you're bringing any visitors. So unfortunately, it looks like you're not currently, and your site doesn't have a lot of strength. And it does look like you guys have one of those kind of business sites where I don't know if it's exactly one, unless it's just a site that you made this on. So definitely, adding a little more content to your site and getting some of those keywords in there would be very beneficial for you guys in bringing you some visitors, which would show up here. So just to give you a quick comparison, I'm going to go over to Blue Ribbon Roofing. And they were the number 4 result here behind a couple directories and one of the top ones in the area. So if we look at their page, I did the same thing. I put them into Ahrefs here. So here's their name, Blue Ribbon Roofing, in their header. And they also have a keyword too, Superior Services, Fayetteville Roofer. They have 62 referring domains, bringing them back about 443 links back to their page. All this means is that there's 62 websites online that they have links on. And on those 62 pages, they have 443 links. So, if you do the math there, it's probably roughly about, it's a lot of math. It's probably about, 75, 80 each page, give or take. And they have 107 keywords that they can basically be found for in searches, such as what I put in for an example, roofing, Fayetteville, North Carolina. And this is what really drives the visitors and traffic to your site, what brings the people in, and that's what results in the calls for you, of course. So the 107 keywords are actually bringing them 100 visitors to their site every month. So let's just take a quick look at a few of their keywords, and I'll show you what they're doing. First thing we see here for the keyword is their name, Blue Ribbon Roofing. So 100 people do search them by their business name. And what that means is people know who they are, right? So a lot of that's going to be referrals or people who saw their signs or trucks around as well. And let's see, they're in the first position for this, which just means Remember that there was 10 results per page in our Google section there for our organic section? And so if you want to be on the first page, you just have to be in the top 10 for position. So being number 1 is really the best you can do. So they're going to get the biggest percentage of this 100. Next up, you also want to bring in new customers, right? And so they're going to put in roofing, Fayetteville, North Carolina. 300 people search this term exactly like that. And so of those 300 people, they're in the 5th position, so they're going to get a good chunk of that. They're on the first page, about the middle of the first page, top 5. Next up, roofer, Fayetteville, North Carolina, another good one. Another 200 people search it like that with roofer instead of roofing. And they're going to be the number 6th spot for that, so just past the middle as well. Roofers in Fayetteville, North Carolina, 150. They're going to be number 8 for this one. And roofing contractors, 100, number 8 as well. But the key here is that they're in the top 10 for all of these key phrases, and that's really why they have the traffic that they do. But the other thing is, you can also see there's some room for improvement here as well, right? There's only one number 1, which is their name. Everything else is a 3 or 5 or higher, which tells us that they could be beat, right? You could get in ahead of them and get actually a lot more traffic. And honestly, if we just got 3 to 4 good keywords for you, it would be very reasonable to expect about 100 visitors to your site. And if you got 100 visitors to your site, you know, how much would that change your business? 100 visitors could roughly equate out to be about 50 calls to your number. But let's just say it's 20 calls per month, right? Those 20 calls, let's call them 10 estimates would come from those 20 calls. And let's just say even if you only closed 2 jobs out of those 10 estimates, which I'm sure you're saying, oh, I would close more. But let's say it was just 2. That would be 2 jobs per month. And if you did 40% and it was 4 jobs a month, that's 1 a week. And how much would that change your business and add some additional revenue? Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it, William. And if you want to hear more, let's just talk for 10 minutes. But I do appreciate it, and have a great day.